Welcome to the Militia gaming community. I'm Trigger, and this video is all about the 2011 Ferrari 458 Spider in Need for Speed Heat. Let's go! Real quick before I get into the video, if you're looking for any of my builds, you can find them on my website. That's militiagamingco.com. There's a link there at the top that says Need for Speed Heat Builds, and it's actually where I plan to put all of my builds for Need for Speed Unbound. So that's a good resource for you. Go ahead and check that out when you get a chance. All right, let's get into this 458. So the fastest engine for this car is actually really close. There's two engines that performed very well, one being the stock engine for the car. It actually does way better than I thought it would, but after testing, the 600 horsepower 2.0 liter i4 hybrid engine is the best engine for the car in a track or race applications. Now, like I said, it is close. So if you want to use the stock engine, the only difference I could find was a couple of tenths of a second on Arian and a couple of seconds difference on Sonic, and the difference being that the 600 horsepower has a much better or quicker to top speed. So that's the main difference between the two. So I recommend the 600 horsepower hybrid engine. If you want to use a stock engine, you can. On Arian, I ran a 258.3, which is okay for the car, but I think it should be a little bit faster. Anyways, we passed the 3-minute mark, so that's good on that. And then a 242.7 on Sonic. So it's a top 50 car, but it's not like a really good car. It's not like one of the top 10 or even one of the top 20s, right? So it's okay. It's an okay car. It definitely handles very well, and I do like driving this, but that's basically every Ferrari in the game. All the Ferraris seem to handle pretty well, so this one is no different, and it's really not that fast. But if you want to use it on track, you can. Here is my full track build. It's the 600 horsepower hybrid engine, like I mentioned, Ultimate Plus engine parts, Ultimate dual turbo, and then the 5x3 pound NOS with super track suspension, pro brakes, Elite race tires, Elite Plus clutch, Elite Plus 8-speed gearbox, super track differential, NOS refills, NOS duration, and then steering sensitivity and downforce I left at 0. It actually feels very good the way it is. Traction control off and drift style on gas. All right, let's move on to the drag build. The drag build really wasn't anything special. Actually, in fact, it's just as bad as the Mini, which we just did. It's 96th rank out of 131 cars, so it's really not worth using. Let's just throw up the drag build real quick, and you can take a look at it, and we'll move on to the drift build. Alright, moving on to the drift build. So the average on my drift scores for this car was 71,800, which is okay, but it's just not real great. Like, it should score more. It feels very nice to drift. In fact, it drifts a little bit fast maybe, but other than being just a little bit too fast in some of the drifts, you have to control your speed with your handbrake. It's an okay drift car. It's not something that I'm gonna suggest or recommend to use because there are much better drift cars in the game. But if you would like to drift this Ferrari around, you can use my build. It's the 600 horsepower 2.0 liter inline 4 hybrid engine, Ultimate Plus engine parts, Ultimate dual turbo, 5x3 pound NOS, with a super speed cross suspension, pro brakes, Elite drag tires, Elite Plus clutch, super 5-speed gearbox, and the pro drift differential with NOS refills and duration. Steering sensitivity is at +5, downforce -5, traction control is off, drift style is on gas. And lastly, let's go ahead and take a look at the off-road build. Now, the off-road build did okay, better than I expected, but definitely not good. It's ranked 62nd overall. I did a 153.2 on HTV2 and 3 minutes and 19 seconds on Rumble, and that's really not good. Like, all of the fastest cars in the dirt can run a 150, 151 on HTV2 and somewhere around 312, 313 for Rumble. With me behind the wheel, keep in mind. I mean, I'm sure other people can drive it faster, but with me driving it, that's sort of the mark, the times that you're looking for. This really just didn't hit it. I mean, it was way slower than that. So it's okay off-road, but it's not good. It's right in the middle at 62nd. So let's take a look at the off-road build in its entirety. We've got the 570 horsepower 4.5 liter V8. That's a different engine for this one. Gave the car a little bit better rating and a little bit more speed off-road, so I went away from that hybrid engine, dropped a big V8 into it. Ultimate Plus engine parts, Ultimate dual turbo 5x3 pound NOS, Super Rally suspension, Pro brakes, Elite off-road tires, Elite Plus clutch, Elite Plus 8-speed gearbox, Super Rally differential, NOS refills, NOS duration, and then I left the steering sensitivity at +5, downforce at -5. Traction control is off and drift style is on gas again. And with that, guys, I'm gonna end the video. I really do appreciate everyone's support. And keep in mind, guys, if you wanna support the channel even further, you can become a member. Our membership tiers are $5 and $10, and you get emotes and custom badges and members only posts and members only streams. I mean, there's a ton of benefit there. So if you guys wanna support the channel even more, you can do that. Or you can leave a super thanks on the video. That's also an option. I appreciate every single person who wants to support the channel, even those of you who just watch the videos. That alone helps me do this full time, so I really appreciate it. And shout out to all the Heat 5 members. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me. I really appreciate it. All right, thank you guys so much. I will catch you on the next one. Trigger out.